All right, everybody, this is Mama Liz, and I didn't realize we were going to be sitting this way. So, today we're going to talk about what success stories or not success stories that our agent owners have had that other folks can learn from. And right off the bat, to start with, Randy was just asking us about the Wild Dunes. If you are selling and want to go in Wild Dunes to preview a house, whether it's on Caravan or going in to show it to clients, you really need to have a decal or a pass to get in. And he found that out the hard way, right, Randy?
Yes, I went out on the Island Caravan last Wednesday to see a couple of houses that just happened to have lunch going on too. But nevertheless, the gate guard would not let me in. So Sherry has a listing over there. I got to see her because she's outside the gate. She told me, well, call Andrea to see if she can get you in. And Andrea said I blew my cover and that I should have told her I was going to the golf shop or the restaurant. But nevertheless, it's about $100 per year.
But if you're going to be showing property in Wild Dunes, it's a great investment because it wouldn't take to sell. All you have to sell is one house. Actually, just rent one house in there probably would pay for your decal. So that's the first thing. And I know that we have some other stories.
You can turn and
okay.
face it. I'm more mobile with my camera today,
okay.
So
Good.
you don't have to have your back to them.
Well, you don't have to focus on me and get in anyway.
I am going to get.
Oh. So the next story, I'm going to call on Teresa. Oh, okay. Teresa Porter just has a new listing. Yay! And I wanted her to share. She may have some other things, but I particularly wanted her to share how she got her listing.
Okay.
A lot of people want to know, how do I get a listing?
All right. As we all know, one way is to do open houses for people, and so I've been trying to do that as often as I can. So on May 25th, I did an open house for Susan Bryant, and she's my mentor, has been helping me. So I did an open house in Rivertown, and on a Sunday afternoon, and it was just like dead and quiet. No one was coming. And so the last 30 minutes, this nice young couple came in with their 2 children, and they went through the house rather quickly, and I could sort of tell that, that house was not for them. But I had them, sign my sign-in sheet. I also had them sign up for the iPad, and so I got their email information, and I explained to them that what I could do is put them on the MLS email, and in hopes of finding them what they were looking for. So then I started talking to them about what are you looking for. So I made a bunch of notes about everything that they needed, and then I said, so do you have a home now that you need to sell? And she said, I said, we do. So I said, well, where do you live, and what do you like best about your home that you currently live in?
That's a great question.
Ask about the school district. And what I was really trying to do, obviously I needed to get a lot of information, but I was really trying to form some sort of bond with them and to let them know that, I was very interested in helping them. I said, I guess I need to back up. I did ask them originally, before I started the conversation, if they had a realtor. And they did say no, that they did not. But then, anyway, so toward the end of the conversation, after I had gotten the information from them, I just said, well, are you planning to list your house in the near future? And they both kind of looked at each other, and he said, well, we really thought we were going to wait and not do it until the fall, but we see that houses are moving so quickly, and we thought, well, this might be the best time this summer to try to go ahead and list our home. And I said, well, I would love to apply for that job when you're ready. And they just smiled and they said, well, okay, we'll think about it. We're not really ready yet. And, we just need to think about it. And I said, okay. I said, well, thank you so much for coming to the open house, and you'll be getting emails from me showing listings that you're, that may be of interest to you and what you're looking for, to purchase. So they left. So the next morning, that was on Sunday, the next morning I called him. He was driving to work, and thanked them for coming to the open house. And I said, I swear I'm not going to stalk you. That's what I said. I said, however, I just need to find out. You mentioned you had gone and looked at new construction, and I wanted to know if you went to Carolina Park. And he said, we did, but we kind of had sticker shock. And I said, well, let me do some legwork for you and look at some new construction. And if I find something in your price range, I'll send it to you. So that was just another little contact. Then they started receiving my emails regarding the kind of home that they were looking to purchase. And they kept, I sent them the automated emails, but I also sent them an email when something in their neighborhood went under contract. And I sent them that information. So, and I say, you may not be aware, but the listing in your neighborhood on such and such just went under contract. Of course, I don't know what it sold for, but it was on the market for X amount of days. And let's see, I sent them another email saying that another property in their neighborhood had gone under contract. So I kept in touch with them via email with information that I knew that would be of interest to them. So finally I sent them an email and just asked, haven't heard back from you guys, have you seen anything you liked or you want to go look at, or have you made any further decisions on moving forward with listing your house? And I got an email back the next day. Thank you for all the information you've given us. We have decided to move forward, and we'd like to invite you to come and give us a listing presentation. So, I was like really cool about it, and thank you, blah. Thank you. Yes, I'll certainly let me look at my schedule. Quiet, but so anyway. So then, of course, after I did that, I called Susan, and I was practically screaming, and I have a listing presentation. Anyway, so Susan and I went out and gave a listing presentation. I was beginning to get sick. I've had an upper respiratory infection. So I was in the middle of it. I had a coughing fit. I'm just telling everybody this because, you just have to keep on going. You just have to pretend like nothing's wrong. Everything's awesome. And anyway, we left the presentation, and the next day...
Well, go back and tell them that I think you said the wife is a nurse.
The wife is a nurse.
And she was having a coughing fit, and the nurse took care of her.
Yeah, the wife was a nurse, and she said, let me get you a bottle of water, and don't worry, and, it's okay, and she put me at ease. So the next day, they said they'd be back in touch. So the next day, I'm in bed at home, and I get a voicemail message. So I did check it, and it was her, and she said, Teresa, we really liked you, and we decided that we would like for you to list our home, and we'd like for you to work with us as our buyer's agent.
Oh.
Awesome. So it was a good story, and now we just got to work hard.
I'm not going to be on camera. I'm Lisa. But I can't, where is the house?
The house is in Carroll Oaks. I don't know how many of you know about it. It's a really pretty little subdivision tucked away behind Highway 41. You turn right off of 17 North onto 41, and you make a right on Gregory Ferry, and it's back there. It's kind of on a cul-de-sac. It also, interestingly enough, that property backs up to Laurel Hill Plantation, which is slated for trails, hiking trails, biking trails. It'll be part of the park system, but it'll never be like one of the big parks with
Like the
what's
county
the name of
park.
that? Yeah, like the county park with the slides and the water park. It's not going to be that kind of thing. It's going to be more of a nature preserve. So in their backyard, backs right up to that, basically.
My house should sell
So it's pretty
when you put the sign in the yard.
Interestingly, though, there are parts of that neighborhood that are in a flood zone, and theirs happens to be one. But I do not think, I think we priced it, it's $314,500. I think we priced it, you know, Susan helped me with all of this for my first time.
Well, congratulations, that's awesome, and I love the fact that it came from open house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
you know, the
But do
thing
they
is,
open houses?
about the open house, you asked all the right questions, you said the right things. You didn't just, and then when they left, you didn't just say, oh, well, because they didn't act like they were interested in you, you didn't let that drop.
Mhm.
No, you just have to let all of that just, you know, you just keep talking as if you are their agent. You just get it in your mind, you know, I am gonna represent you. And just say that over in your brain and just talk to them that way.
And all it takes is one person to come to open house. You were saying it was real quiet and nothing was going on.
How do you do open houses first?
Question, how do you do open houses? You just let Linda know or me know that you're willing to do open houses, and then she'll send out an email to all the agents saying, if anybody needs an open house, Angie is available to do an open house. And this one was one of Susan's listings, correct?
And I think the iPad card is so good because it is a much better way to get their name and information and phone number than you just have a registration, but people don't want to do that.
That's true.
But they like to enter for the iPad card.
Do you want to stop for the next one or stop?
Yep, but I'll hold